So you do go to 5 red lights with T on pole, slice out and away we go. T gets a good start. Barlino doesn't get a great start as Patrisco comes into the P2. Echo's coming into P3. Maybe even Peckham can get Bardolino here. As Joe's is spun by Bardolino. Maybe that's just a turn 1, so I'm not sure. As T does keep it, and there's a lot of people going down the order. As you have Always in the wall. Tix has been spun. Joe's has also been spun here. Joker's been spun. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of incidents here. Unlucky for the stewards, I must say. As P6 for Sam, who started like P11, as Bardolino still keeps his podium place. As Peckham is P4 here. As Bogo does get 3 seconds worth of penalties already. As T is currently P1, keeps her lead. As Patrisco is slightly gaining, but not much. The person from the Twitch has indeed joined. As Bardolino is getting Patrisco, as he does get it, maybe he has a quicker car on the straights here. As we can see the tyre, as most people are mediums apart from Durance on the softs and Hazard on the softs. Wow, okay, position change. The biggest is Bogo, who's gained 8 places. The biggest loss is Joe's, who's lost 12. Some disappointing for others, as T has got a second on Bardolino here. But will this stay? I'm not exactly sure. Somebody has joined, so I'm trying to do the application right now. As he is now within a second of T, could this be a fight for the lead, I wonder? If it does, it'll be interesting. Now, will Peckham lose his leader if it stays like this? I'm not doing the maths now, but maybe high chance. As he does, he goes round the outside and gets T. What a move. But T is all over the back of him. She doesn't go for it. Maybe makes Bardolino do some mistakes, but doesn't, as Bardolino does take the lead. Could he be on for 2 wins in a row here? As Peckham does get P3, does get Patrisco here. So again, the top 3 of T, Bardolino, Peckham all the time. As Bardolino is sort of getting away with it here after that horrid start. I'm not exactly sure what happened. But he's sort of getting quite far away. Now 8 tenths. 7 tenths now. As Matey does get Bogo, but Bogo is carrying that penalty. As she does have the DRS here, but I don't think she's close enough. As I do think Bardolino has that quick of a car in a straight line setup here. She closes up to about 3 or 2 tenths, but just not enough. She now just has to hope that Bardolino gets some penalties for track limits here, as John does get Sam. As Matey does get 3 seconds worth of penalties here. As John does get P6 currently. Peckham not exactly close enough to them, as Patrisco is still within a second of Peckham. Dominic and John sort of in their own world here. As these two going at it, the Astons in double points at the moment, which is a good result for them. The Hasses, who are in really good starting positions, got taken out thing. Odran's in P16, not exactly sure what happened. Whether he's pit now or whatever, I'm not exactly sure. But I do think Joker is pit, yeah, on the hards, pursuing front wing damage. It's very unlucky, very, very unlucky. But we do move to T and Bartolino, who's T within 4 attempts, 3 attempts now. Has the DRS. See if she can take the lead back. Go around the outside, they almost make contact, but Bartolino does go down to P2 and T does take the lead back. Could this be a fight between them two for the entire time? As Peckhama's just not close enough. P3 just losing time to them. See if they'll make it any move here. It's difficult to overtake it as Sam does get 3 seconds worth of penalties again. P7, 8 and 9 all have 3 seconds worth of penalties. As Hazard does get 3 seconds worth of penalties down in P12. As Odran's DNF'd again. That's 4 DNFs in 4 races for him. As is a safety car, I do believe. As he has spun, maybe, I think. As Joe's has also spun it too. I wonder whether that's anything to do with them. Strong gets 3 seconds worth of penalties. So it is a safety car. Will people be pitting here? I wonder. As T does keep the lead for now. I wonder what happened. But the way he crashed is an odd place to crash. I'm not exactly sure. It's 4 DNFs in 4 races. He went into the pits and he slid everywhere apparently. That's unlucky. As they do new catch, is anyone going to pit? Peckhama is pitting. The championship leader in P3 currently is going to be pitting. So Matey gets 10 seconds for exceeding the track limit. 10 seconds just for extreme track limits. That is, or normally it's 3 seconds. He does go into the hards. Is he going to be going to the end? I wonder. But I don't think the top 2 are pitting. As half the people have pit, half the people haven't. As Joker gets a drive-through penalty after... Oh no, it's a virtual safety car. I thought it was a full safety car. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I couldn't tell. As Joker gets a drive-through penalty for speeding on a safety car. Not being a great race. He qualified quite well, actually, in fact. He's going to be coming in. Don't get... Is he going to get 10 seconds with it? No, he's not. I thought he was going to get 10 seconds worth of pit lane penalties. As Peckham is fighting with Hazard at the moment. As Peckham has ghosted. He's coming back now. Hazard shouldn't fight this. Don't know if he knows what kind of position Peckham is in at the moment. As he doesn't fight it. But Peckham just needs to get through this field. And hope that when... As Barlino and T are insanely close with each other here. Barlino will probably get her back on this straight. Because he was in 3 attempts now and he does have the quicker car in the straight line. The DRS. Let's hope no contact here. As he does, he's going around the outside, but it's not as much as I thought it'd be. But he does take the lead once again. Now this is, I think, the 3rd lead change of this race between Barlino and T. As Odran has left, yep. This could be an interesting fight for the lead. Diminic is currently in P3. But... that's for Peckham pitting. So Peckham gets up to P7. There's something happened with Trisco and always, I'm not sure, but he's gained 2 positions there. As it is yellow flags. Peckham is gaining so much time on these people lower down. Maybe it's the new tyres, maybe he's just quicker at this track. As he does he get front wing damage there? I don't think he does. He might have got a slight damage, but not visible. He just keep it. So again, the top 2 just showing everyone else how it's done. Maybe with Peckham's pit under the virtual safety car could involve a 3-way fight for the lead here. But if one of them gets a penalty, then that's game over, realistically. But she has DRS. Will she gain enough? She has as always gets 3 seconds worth of penalties. She does take the lead here, so I'm a terrible commentator right now. She does take the lead. over Bartolino. Again, I think it's going to happen every lap. They're just going to go back and forth, back and forth. If one of them does a mistake, or one of them gets a time penalty, one of them just gets out the DRS, that might be it. But they're just staying with each other at the exact pace, as there is yellow flags here. As this Dominic's gone off, but he's so far ahead of Sam that I think he's kept it. He has kept it by quite a while as well, but now he's so far behind the top two. Only 8 laps, they're about 14 seconds behind. These two showing us now it's going to be even harder for Peckham. I didn't realise how far Peckham back is. Let's figure out. Peckham is 16, 17, 19, about 19 seconds behind. Maybe he can get them in the pits. Will Bartolini go for a move? T's going defensive. He wants the DRS though, as he's going to get the DRS. I think he will get out. Peckham gets 3 seconds worth of penalties. That is big for his try and comeback drive. Spadolino coming back at T, as he will get it. He will get the lead. Will T fight it? She doesn't. She slides. That could be a big mistake there, as Bartolini does gain almost a second there, as Peckham gets John, who is pitting. But Peckham's penalties just is not, it won't help him at all, as Joker isn't actually that far behind. Bear in mind, he said drive through, so had to pit multiple times. Not that far behind, but only now 8 tenths, 7 tenths. So it's insanely close between them. So we're only on lap 9. It's already been a much better race in Saudi, I'd say, where the winner of Bartolino just stormed off and won by 18 seconds. As Joan Suo gets 3 seconds worth of penalties again for track limits. I knew track limits would be a killer here. If I turned it off, then people would cut corners for fun. As Taya is about 8 tenths behind. This Tiggs gets 3 seconds worth of penalties too, as T is going to be gaining, but just not enough. As Joker gets 3 seconds worth of penalties, but she does gain a lot there. She's right behind him, but this isn't a great place to do a move. I don't think she's going to go for it here. But maybe in this next corner, right here, but she's not close enough. As Tiggs does get 10 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As T is about 7 tenths behind Bartolino. Maybe this is the turning point of the race where Bartolino just runs away, but T is not giving this up. She does quite a good chicane. She gains probably about a tenth there. About 6 tenths now, as Patricio has 3 seconds worth of penalties in P5, currently with all Red Bull's points at the moment. Ojan's not had a great start to the season. She's about 6 tenths now. Don't think she's going to gain enough once again. She's right behind him now. She's good at that turn 1 and turn 2. But Bartolino, I think, just has it for the rest of the corners. Peckham does get P3, moves up to the podium place again whilst having a pit stop too. See, maybe if he can challenge, if they keep fighting, maybe he might be able to gain enough to take the lead. As Bogo does get Patrisco, and yeah, I don't know, as Patrisco's pitting. As the field spread is crazy, as I think Joker soon might get lapped by the top 2. They're just that far ahead, as Peckham has gained like about 2, as T, hold on, is 2.1 behind Bartolino now. I don't know what happened. She must have done a mistake, and I thought this might be the turning point of the race. I think it might be. As Sam gets another 3 seconds worth of penalties here. Almost every driver has penalties, especially Tix has 13 seconds worth. Peckham is just gaining. As Tix gets another 3 seconds. Joes gets the 3 seconds. He's just gaining constantly. He's plus the pits. I think pitting on the virtual safety car might have been a good shout, but will he have to pit again? Because his tyres might not make it to the end here. This could be anyone's race. This could be Peckham's, could be T's, and could be Bartolino's, but we'll never know until the final flag is shown. She's just doing a mistake. Maybe those tyres are falling off. As we do get tagged. As I've been told to try not to show the top two all the time. I know I'm struggling, but it's actually really difficult to know who's where, what, when, why. As Sam does overtake John for P6 here. Good timing for tagging me. As there's not many people close to each other. Patrice goes just behind Transuo. As Mate is behind Tix too. As Blackcurrant is behind Mate and Tix. As Patricio does get Transuo. I thought he was quite far back. But no, he does get him in the end. As Peckham is slowly gaining on them. As John is behind Bogo here. No, not Bogo. John is behind Sam instead, as he severely outbrakes himself, almost smashes into the back. As Blackcurrant gets through, always gets through, T gets through. Hold on, what's just happened there? I think about 5 people have all just got 3 seconds worth of penalties. T's got 3 seconds. Who else got 3 seconds? I think Blackcurrant got 3 seconds. Always got another 3 seconds. Wow, as John is gaining, as Bogo gets Diminic. Is Diminic in the pits? Diminic is in the pits. As will John get? As he goes slightly off the track here, but he keeps it. He's all over the back of Sam. As Blackcurrant does get Mate. I was just about to go there, as I saw they were quite close. On the back, as Joes hits the back of Blackcurrant here. As we do have... Oh, there's so much fighting. I don't know what's going on here. There is so much fun. There's a 3-way fight here for P11. No points in the fight, but just showing off if you get ahead of people. As Bogo goes down to P6. I don't know what's happened there. So many things are going on. I can't do every single thing. As Peckham does get T in the end. Oh, because T's pitting. I thought he gained quite a bit. It's Peckham, as Bartolino pits too, so Peckham does lead the race right now, but will he have to pit again? I do wonder, where does Bartolino come out? Just at the pit exit now, whilst Peckham is there, so that's a very big gap. 11 seconds, but again he's going to have to pit, and that 3 seconds penalty won't help. As John is within a second of Sam, Bogo's within a second of John. Diminic's right behind Bogo here, as he's going to go for it for P6. As everyone else, apart from Joe's in P11, is within now 5-10. As Bogo gets 3 seconds of penalties. As for the points, Joe's is going to come back to try and get Dranswo, but he's just not gaining enough. Is he going to go for it here? Saying go place to go for it, as he is going to go for it. As we do see, Dranswo does have some damage on his left side of his front wing. And Joe's is going to go for it. The 2 reserves going at it. The one who qualified P3. It's a disappointing start of the race. As he's going to go down the inside, as Dranswo closes the door completely. She does get past. That's interesting. As we do have Tix is 19 seconds worth of penalties. The only person that doesn't have penalties now is Bardolino, who is gaining rapidly on Peckham here. I think Bardolino is the one who's going to have to lose this race now. As Diminic does get John. I think John has some wing damage. No, he doesn't. I was just being blind. As Diminic is trying to go around the outside of Sam for P4. As Sam is glitching all over the place. Diminic's done well. P7 at the end of the start of the last lap. He is now fighting for P4 here. Whilst pitting, he's going to go around the outside and take P4 on the back straight. As the fight between P4 as John does go off, as instant echoes get spins again. Good quality, just hasn't been it since then. Not exactly sure what's happening. Going to the pits. As there's a massive fight. Pofi saying to go to the midfield was a great idea, in fact. There's fights everywhere, maybe too many fights, in fact. As they are going off, as they both go off here, Blackburn and Joansuo. As Joes has retired from the session, Joansuo might get a few penalties here. As that was not great. Does he have wing damage? He in fact does not have any visible wing damage. Joansuo, does he have wing damage? I think on the left side he does. As always, is on the back of Mate here for the final points position. Could he get it down the chicane? But these guys still quite close. As Sam is quite far ahead of John, but these three still within a second of each other, very close here. As John does go off slightly, he loses time. As Bogo is gaining, will he get John? John's closing the door, sending it all the way around to the outside. Can Pekima bounce on John's mistake and go for it? Could he get both of them, in fact? He's not going to. But will he get John? He slightly loses the car here. There's contact, even more contact here. As I think he does get John. As they're still going side by side. John is not giving this up. But like, Patrisco does get the position here. That was an intense fight, as we do see Bardolino is gaining on Pekima very rapidly here. Did Bardolino start on the hards? Hold on. I need to see there. I swear Bardolino started on the mediums. Is he doing a two-stop? So I think the two... As the Mercedes and the Sauber are going at it. Joansuo is currently last, probably going to get penalties too. He's gaining. Is this Pekima? Yeah, he has been lapped. Joansuo has been lapped by Pekima here. He might get lapped by Bardolino soon as well, as Bardolino is gaining rapidly. I don't think anyone's within a second of each other now. In fact, no, Bogo is going around the outside of Patrisco. See what can happen here. As they keep it. They keep their positions here. But this is the only fight going on currently, as we're on lap 17 of 32. And that is the only time. And they might have just gone out of a second there. A Scream gets another 3 seconds now, 22 seconds worth of penalties. To be honest, when I raced here my first league race, I was destined to win. I was going to win. Penalties ruined me. I was like Scream Gaming. I had 22 seconds worth of penalties. And I lost the Winkles that went out to like P7. So I know how it's like. As he has left the session, so he will be disqualified due to his AI finishing the race for him. So that'll be interesting. Is Bogo gets 10 seconds worth of penalties for corner cutting. Did they cut the entire chicane? I don't know what happened there. Maybe they cut the chicane and they've given the place back to John. I was confused what happened there. Now Scream Gaming and Bogo both... As he's retiring. No, he's going into the pits. Maybe to serve his penalties. As the fight for the lead here, Bardolino versus Pekima. Bardolino is insanely quick here. He's not going to do it into the chicane, but he's all over the back of Pekima. But I do have a feeling. Can I see Race Director? I can see Race Director. Yeah, this is a two-stop currently for Bardolino. He's on the second set of mediums, so he's going to have to pit again. Against the rules to go on the same set of tyres twice. Maybe a set of softs right at the end, so they'll be in about the same scenario here, both having to pit again, but I think Bardolino's just so much quicker. As he does get Pekima. As the other Ferrari does lap his Ferrari teammate. What are these time penalties? Yeah, I know. Imola's always been bad at time penalties, so I'm not surprised. With only one driver not having it. is crazy. But at this rate, I still think Peckham will keep his lead of the championship by a mere 8 points, which would be crazy. Because again, Patrice goes on the back of Bogo here. No, Bogo. Keep thinking it's Bogo. Of Sam here, and gets the move done. He does almost lose the car there, but he keeps it. As John pits. Yeah, I think Bogo did do at least 10 seconds at the penalties. They couldn't do a 20. I don't think that's allowed in the game. But yeah, Peckham has lost 2.4 seconds worth to Bardolino. Is Bardolino that quick, plus the quicker tyres combo? Is that just making him go that much quicker? I do wonder. As we just saw that Hazard smashes into the wall. Whoa. Is this a safety car? Is this a virtual safety car? I do not know. As you did see that, he just smashed straight into the wall there. Not really sure what happened. Wow. Okay, I'm not sure whether this is the same top 3 as it was in Saudi last race. I don't think it is a safety car. I think it's a virtual safety car again. Make sure nobody speeds under the safety car here. As Bogo retires from as the game goes crazy. Let's hope this is not for the rest of the race. Okay, there we go. It's gone. As Bogo. Okay, never mind. It's not bad. As Bogo does retire for some reason, I'm not exactly sure. They were having quite a decent race. They're excited for this race. They liked this track. From 17 drivers, we have 13 currently running. As Mate and Joans are going out for P11. As Sam has pit, but is still in the pits here. Still in the top 10, sorry. As Peckham has sort of kept. Actually, never mind. He's not losing a lot of time. As T is about 3 seconds behind Peckham here. Dominic 20 seconds behind. These top 3 just showing everyone what it's like to be, you know, insanely quick. As Tix has had a power cut. That's insanely unlucky for Tix. But they haven't. He can still come back. As Tix can still join back. As Bogo isn't happy as he got a 10-second penalty after John dived from him. As it's not coming back on, that's not good. Yeah, we can remove the 10-second penalty, that is possible. Sparling is just building his gap here. As T is going to overtake Peckham here. Good thing we went on there. But Peckham does have 3 seconds, another 3 seconds with penalties now. It's now 6 seconds. As T does get P2, she's going for the 1 stop here. Barlina going for the 2 stop. See what happens here. See if Barlina can maybe build a pit stop gap to T. Not exactly sure. It's quite a separated race here, apart from these two, who are very close to each other. He's going to go for it. As he almost spins him, I thought that was going to be a Verstappen 2021 Silverstone type thing, to be honest. But it's fine, they keep it clean somewhat. Johansson has had quite a few incidents this race. As he can go for the switchback here, maybe. I think everyone, apart from, again, well, Blackcurrant's gained on them now. Adrianso does get him. As he does make contact, he almost spins him. As these three, Adrianso, Cimeti, Blackcurrant, all fighting for P10, but with Tix not coming back, this will be P9 and P10, so fight for some good points here. Blackcurrant goes through one. Is he going to go through the other here? Or she, I'm not really sure. As they do, but they go slightly off track, and in fact they lose both positions there. They don't gain anything. As Mate and Adrianso are just going at it with each other. It's getting so much time there, all over the back of Tix. What was it, Tix? Adrianso, as he spins, they spin both of them. Almost, in fact they didn't, that was wrong by me. Almost spin both of them. Cimeti has spun it. I don't know what happened there. Blackcurrant is now all over the back of Adrianso. The midfield battles are pretty interesting, to be fair. Apart from that we have T 5 seconds behind Bardolino, Peckham 4 seconds behind T, Diminic 24 seconds behind Peckham, then a 9-second gap, 24-second gap, and then 5-second gap, 12-second gap, 17-second gap, 6-second gap, and then 2/10 a second and 9 seconds. This is insanely big gaps here. John gets another 3 seconds worth of penalties. Bardolino, the only one that's kept it clean. That's amazing, in fact. It's very hard to not get track limits here. As he does get John's row. So will Johnson go for something? No, he won't. He's so far back. As the only person within a second is Joker, but he's spun it, so never mind. Nobody's within a second of each other. Interesting. Who do we stay with? Maybe we go to the leader at the moment. I saw somebody pitting. Is Patrisco pitting again? So we are, as Sam does get Patrisco off the pit exit, but it's going to be close between them two, somewhat. Cimeti gets a 3-second worth of penalties again. As Blackcurrant is gaining on screen on Tix, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to get it anyway. And he has a big gap to always. How many double points do we have here? It won't be Alpine because they've getting the one that shows disqualified. Won't be Aston. Won't be Ferrari. Won't be McLaren. Oh, as Diminic does get Peckham. Peckham pits again onto mediums. Will the one stop work for Diminic? I don't think so. Peckham is not that far behind him. As T does have 6 seconds worth of penalties now. Albino is going to have to pit. Bardolino is going to have to pit again. I presume he does realise that. But I presume he's going to get onto the softs. He's only going to go down to P2 though. So Diminic is that far back. He's only going to go down to P2. When is that time he's going to pit? I'm not exactly sure. I wonder what the penalty is if he doesn't pit. Whether he gets a drive-through penalty or 20 seconds or what. As we do see, look, Bardolino gone on 2 medium tyres, which you cannot do. So I wonder what's going to happen there. Peckham has already gained so much on Diminic. See, he's within a second here, but was he within a second of the detection point? I don't think so. But he's gained so much there. Diminic just shouldn't fight it. Diminic's been quite a silent, consistent driver. Been getting up P4, P5 just constantly. As Peckham does go through. Who has the fastest lap? I actually don't know. But he does go through. As him and back into P3. Would he gain 29 seconds worth of time to T? 6 laps. I don't think so. Will T be able to win this with Bardolino having to pit again? But that 6 seconds of the penalties could mean that she doesn't. I do wonder here, when is Bardolino going to pit? And Sam is gaining on Patrisco here. But again, the penalties is good. As he does pit, he pits now. Will he speed? He doesn't speed, which is very important. I'm presuming we'll go onto the softs. Yeah, onto the softs he goes. Now, will he be able to gain on T? 5 laps to gain on T, but how much time is the question? As T is around here, will that be about... Oh, it's going to be even more. It's going to be like 20 seconds. As John gets another 3 seconds. We will see how long it is. He comes out of the pits. How much time is it? 22 seconds in 5 laps. Yes, he's insanely quick. Yes, he's on softs, but it'll have to be an impossible task. 22 seconds, that is about 4.5 seconds, 4.4 seconds a lap. He's quick, but 4.4 seconds a lap worth. I don't know. So, I wonder whether T will finally win her first race here. As Bardolino is gaining very quickly, obviously. 20.3 now, but again, 4.4 seconds a lap. It's going to be a bit difficult. As T is on course to win, but anything can happen. One mistake from T and Bardolino could be in. Let's get a look at the gaps. 25, 9, 2, 5, 12, 10, 5, 2, 29, 5, 5, 19. It's Peckham says the fastest lap, in fact. So he is not that far behind Bardolino, but Bardolino's quicker and he has 6 seconds worth of penalties. So we do remember the 6 seconds of the penalties for T. If we do the maths real quick, that's 12 seconds in 4 laps. 3 seconds a lap could be doable, in fact. 3 seconds a lap could be doable for Bardolino. Could this be a good strategy? Or is maybe Taya's tyres a bit dead, maybe? Maybe they're just not enough. Maybe she will have to pit again, I do wonder. She does do it. She's losing a lot of time to Bardolino. This is going to be very stressful at the end. It's going to be a very interesting fight. It won't exactly be a fight, in fact. It will be more of a... just if he can get within 6 seconds. Bardolino does have the quickest time of 1:15.8. That's quicker than my time trial times. I've done actually no. 1:15.8 is my time trial trial. That is crazy. She goes in the grass there. It's going to be a very stressful end to the race. 3 laps to go. He has to gain, like, what, 9 seconds in 3 laps. That's still 3 he's on course to do it. That's still 3 seconds a lap. He's still on course to do it. It's going to be very stressful here. Very stressful end. Quite a few people here. Just basically everyone here has penalties, to be honest. Bardolino is lapping people. Again, is he going to gain enough? This is going to be insanely stressful at the very end. So he's now 12.5. Peckham is just so far behind Bardolino. Yes, he does have DRS because of the lapped car. 6 seconds in 2 laps. Still 3 seconds. He's still on course to do it. To be just about to do it. As he's gained 2 seconds there. Was that a mistake by T? He now needs to gain 2 seconds in no. Oh, I think Bartolino's going to be able to do it here, as he's now 3 seconds behind. But he's using all his ERS. T could barely lose out here. I think Peckham will still keep the championship lead by 5 points if Bartolino does in fact win here. Bartolino gets 3 seconds worth of penalties. That could be big. Diminic gets 3 seconds worth of penalties. As Boyko has left the session, didn't even realise he stayed in the session. This is lap 31 or 32. Could T do it here with Bartolino's 3 seconds worth of penalties? He now has to be within 3 seconds of him. 4.5 seconds in about a lap or two. Well, we will see. As he does go down to the bottom, so it doesn't matter if he gets disqualified anyway. He's going to be last. It's Blackheart has got some points on his debut. And Transfer is getting points on his debut if he doesn't get any more penalties. As look at the field spread here. The closest someone is to someone is, well, actually no, 3 tenths. But of legitimate people is 5 seconds. It's so spread. As we go on to the last lap with T, it's going to be insanely close about who wins this. She, as it is yellow flags, I'm not sure for who. I think for Joker. As he is just taking the mick now. As it's going to be insanely close. I think Bartolino might be able to do it though if it stays like this. I think her tyres are absolutely dead. I don't think I can see the telemetry of their tyres here. Their lap data. I can't see their tyres. 1.2 seconds now, the gap between them. If he didn't get that 3 second penalty, he would have done it by now. He now has to gain a second to the end. This could be insanely close. I think Bartolino might be able to do it though. No, he doesn't, as he gets another 3 seconds worth of penalties. And that means T has done it. Wow. That's insane at the very end. Pushing to the max, he tries to get it. But T, who started on pole, is coming round to win her first race of the season and wins the Imola Grand Prix as Bartolino comes home in second place. What a fight for the lead they had. As Peckham are 13 seconds behind, just hasn't been on the pace, still keeps a championship lead though. Comes home to get P3 here to finish off the podium, then 3 in the podium once again. It's always them 3, why is it always you 3? There's Dimony coming in for another P4 finish. Solid finish from him. As here he comes. There he goes, P4. So Patricio is going to be P5. As we do have Blackheart finishing P8, John in P9, Johnson in P10, Mate in P11. He's going to be disqualified. As here comes Joker in P13. As Patricio comes round. Patricio comes round to get solid P5. Sam will, I think, come round to get P6. Solid debut. As always, coming to get P7 for a solid and quiet race. And that is it for the 4th round as Bartolino does